Hi, this is Pastor Brian. We are reading through the book of Proverbs, a chapter a day. Today we come to our last proverb, Proverb 31. Thank you so much for joining me through this journey, 31 days together. Today, as we read Proverb 31, I will be reading out of the Common English Bible. Feel free to use your own favorite translation. Chapter 31. The words of King Lemuel of Massa, which his mother taught him. No, my son. No, son of my womb. No, son of my solemn promises. Don't give your strength to women, your ways to those who wipe out kings. It isn't for kings, Lemuel. It isn't for kings to drink wine, for rulers to crave strong drink. Otherwise, they will drink and forget the law and violate the rights of the needy. Give strong drink to those who are perishing and wine to those whose hearts are bitter. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and no longer remember their toil. Speak out on behalf of the voiceless and for the rights of all who are the vulnerable. Speak out in order to judge with righteousness and to defend the needy and the poor. A competent wife? How does one find her? Her value is far above pearls. Her husband entrusts his heart to her, and with her he will have all he needs. She brings him good and not trouble all the days of her life. She seeks out wool and flax. She works joyfully with her hands. She is like a fleet of merchant ships bringing food from a distance. She gets up while it is still night, providing food for her household, even some for her female servants. She surveys a field and acquires it. From her own resources, she plants a vineyard. She works energetically. Her arms are powerful. She realizes that her trading is successful. She doesn't put out her lamp at night. She puts her hands to the spindle. Her palms grasp the whorl. She reaches out to the needy. She stretches out her hand to the poor. She doesn't fear for her household when it snows, because they are all dressed in warm clothes. She makes bedspreads for herself. Fine linen and purple are her clothing. Her husband is known in the city gates when he sits with the elders of the land. She makes garments and sells them. She supplies sashes for traders. Strength and honor are her clothing. She is confident about the future. Her mouth is full of wisdom. Kindly teaching is on her tongue. She is vigilant over the activities of her household. She doesn't eat the food of laziness. Her children bless her. Her husband praises her. Many women act competently, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Let her share in the results of her work. Let her deeds praise her in the city gates. Thank you again for joining me as we have been reading a proverb a day. So with this final proverb, what stuck out to you? What did you find meaning in today's text? Again, these words are attributed to someone other than Solomon, specifically in the text. And as we can see again for this last proverb, that the text and the structure is done differently than in the past. So how did that affect you? How did that bring meaning to you? What did you get out of this first part of the text, which talks about the mother talking to the son and kind of giving advice or sharing her wisdom so that he may be wise and not foolish. And then in the second part about the competent wife, finding her in all of the amazing things that a competent, wise, and wife that loves and fears God. What does that mean to you? Who is this person? Who is this wife? How do we all become like this person who isn't lazy, who provides for everybody, including her servants in the household, who is constantly looking after others and doing what is best for them? How are we as Christians called to be that same way? And what are the ways in which we live that out? Thank you for joining me in a proverb a day, 31 Proverbs. It has been a joy and a blessing to read these with you, to ponder them together. So one final time, write down your thoughts. Share them with someone. And take them with you in your heart as you discern the Lord's will for you in your life, no matter what stage of life you are in, but also being especially mindful of us all living in quarantine at this time. Take care. Come back to these if you ever need to hear them again. And I want to say one last time, even though I've said it a bunch, thank you for joining me as we studied the book of Proverbs together. Blessings to you all.